afternoon to you all. Welcome to Women at the Frontline. Yet again, we are here every Saturday at 3 p.m. And we are always so happy that you get time to watch our shows. Yes, my name is Nayiga Madreen, and I have in studio with me, I have Juliet Mercy Kakembo. Juliet, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine.
Yes.
So Juliet is a certified breakthrough life coach. She is a psychologist, and she's passionate about the young people and their struggles. Yes. She is also a mother. She will take us through about motherhood journey, and she's also an author. Yes. Welcome again, and say hello to our viewers and introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello, viewers. First of all, I want to thank you so much for inviting me into this space.
It's an honor.
I'm humbled. Thank you so much. Yeah, like you said, my name is Juliet Mercy Kakembo. I come from a family of many boys and a few ladies.
Yeah.
Yes. My parents were divorced, so I would say on my father's side, I'm the only girl. On my mother's side, we're like 3 girls. So yes, that is me.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a life coach. I mentor as well. I forgot to mention that too. I mentor as well.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm so passionate about the youths and looking back to how I grew up.
Yes.
I know for sure that there's someone who could be going through what I went through. So
yeah.
I would like to talk to that person because sometimes it's hard. For the youths, it's hard for you to say certain things to your parents or something like that. But if there's someone who can resonate with you, so I felt like I needed to fit in.
And I think we have the biggest percentage of Ugandans are young people.
Yes.
So the more reason for you to be here, and we really appreciate the work you're doing with the young people.
Thank you so much.
Yes. So all the young people out there, please stay tuned to this show because you're going to learn a lot. And we need to know more about your work as a life coach. She's going to tell us who is a life coach, who needs a life coach, and what happens when she's doing her work. Yes.
So a life coach, actually, a life coach is someone who holds your hand and guides you to where your destiny is. Because sometimes we are stuck on certain people do not believe in themselves, and they need someone who can motivate them, who can push them, and make them believe in themselves and achieve what they believe they can achieve.
Yes.
Yes.
So what takes for one to become a life coach? Do you go for this for studies about to become a life coach, or I can wake up one day and I can also push someone to become something?
No, you don't just wake up. First of all, you need to have the passion for people, passion to help people. And then, you need to walk into steps. You need to study. I went and studied in, we have a mentorship academy here in Uganda.
Okay.
Yes, so I studied with Bahati Hilda. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Yes.
Yeah, she's my mentor.
Oh.
Yes, yes. So after graduating from that, I really got to find my niche. My passion was so much into youths, but I'm not limited to adults.
So I'm thinking about the work that you're doing, and in Uganda we have many young people, and I believe we all have mentors. You'll have someone you look up to. Someone has mentored me through this. So what should one consider for one to be my mentor? Or I look at what I love most, and then the person, should we have the same likes or the same things that we do? Should they be the same, or anyone can be my mentor?
Well, mentor or coaches, it's almost it's synonymous. So you need to find, because we have different kinds of coaches. We have finance. If you're into, need to learn more about businesses and all that, we have finance coaches. We have, on my side, it's a breakthrough.
Okay.
Yeah, I help you unstuck from the past. Maybe most of us were raised from dysfunctional families,
Yes.
and that childhood trauma holds you back from, bringing out the real, the best in you. So that is my area. And I mean, it depends on what you're passionate about, and that's where you go.
Yeah.
That's the kind of a coach you should
You
seek.
should seek
Yes.
to. Okay. And then is life coaching, is it related in any way with counseling?
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
It is. Though we confuse it. Yes. So for a life coach, if I could differentiate a mentor and a life coach, a mentor gives you the steps to take. Okay? A life coach leaves you to decide, and then they work with you in that decision. Yes, I don't decide for you, but I support you.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
and move with you.
Now I get it. I get it. So
Yes.
so I think this is going to be a very interesting one.
Okay.
Because many of us have failed to decide. We
Yes.
failed to come up with decisions, and then you're just there, you're in a state of confusion. Yes, you don't know what to take on. And basically, maybe for the young people who are studying at universities, you go study a different course, and then the job you're taking on is also different. So we find ourselves in that state of confusion. You're doing totally different things.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why we need career guidance in schools, for you to really get to the point to understand what you want to achieve. And I think before it's wise for someone to get to know their passions before they decide on what course they would need to do in the university.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are some of the most challenging moments you think the young people are going through at the moment that they need to seek you, to come to you as a life coach or have mentors?
So on my side, actually, according to the cases that I've been attending to, it's mostly on the addictions.
Okay.
Yes, they're going through great addictions and
Yeah, drug addiction.
drug addictions,
A lot, yeah.
sexual addictions, and all that.
Yeah.
And certain things you don't just go and talk to people anyhow.
Yeah.
You've been betrayed before, you don't feel like sharing anymore, but this is really, it's draining you. So, yeah, that's what I do. I'm there for them.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I'll also take you to the motherhood journey. You said you're a mother. I believe your kids are really so blessed because they already have a mentor who is certified, who is experienced. You're sharing a lot more with them. So tell us more about your motherhood journey. How does it feel?
It's not a simple one. It's not an easy one. I have a son. He's now soon making 12.
Okay.
He's my adopted son. Should I say adopted or foster son?
Foster, I think.
Foster,
yeah.
When it is connected to a family, something like that. So he was born by my younger sister,
Okay.
and she passed on.
Oh,
so
sorry.
I took on.
Yeah.
And there was no one to help out, no parents and all that. So I took on from when he was 1 week.
Oh.
So that journey has not been.
Oh.
It
1 week is really too small.
It is too small, and I had no clue on how to mother. But I just needed, I felt like, no, this boy needs to be around his blood. So I took on.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't a simple journey, but we blessed the Lord. He is now 12, going to primary 6.
Wow.
Yes.
1 week, now 12 years.
Yes.
Wow, that's a beautiful journey. Yeah. How do you manage? How have you managed to keep up in this space?
Well, of motherhood?
Motherhood as a life coach, as a counselor.
Well, I would say grace is sufficient, but also because I have a lot that is driving me, that I really need to achieve. When you have goals and you're like, by this time, I should have done this and that. So to me, it's like, by the time I think of retiring, I would have really transformed lots and lots of lives. And according to my experience in life, I shouldn't just sit down with this. I feel like my past, though painful, but it's full of, it's wealthy, I would say that. And I wouldn't want to go to the grave with all that. I would love to share it out and pour out, and also take in, be there for those who need someone.
So how have you been able to keep relevant, most especially with the work that you're doing? as a life coach. Yes.
So I, just like I've told you, that that push in me takes me, like I just reach out to, like how I started my career. I would say I I I was a care. I used to do care representation in a certain organization, and this organization was dealing with sexually abused and trafficked girls.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and I learned a lot from there, and I felt like a lot needs to be shared out, not only to the girls who have the opportunity to be in the organizations, but even in the communities.
In the communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at least I go to the ladies in the communities and, create an awareness of what is going on and all that, how they can protect their children, things like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And so far with the work that you're doing, how has it been helpful, or how is it impacting the lives of Ugandans, most especially the young people?
The young people. So I'm humbled to know that at least by the end of the year, I get a certain number, like a big number of kids testifying as to how their lives have been changed according to my services, me being in their lives and me walking through this with them, and they're like, I think I can now stand alone. And I can't stand alone. I need to bring others who are struggling in the same, the same addictions or things like that. So I think I'm really impactful in this. Yes, I go to schools, talk about lots of stuff and that they go through. And now that I'm aware, I'm at least I went and graduate. I learned psychology. I really know certain behaviors, and I'm like, this person needs this kind of help. A lot has been done to the community and to the youths.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And have you at least followed up? Have you done a follow-up for the people that you're reaching out to, the young people? And then have you noticed any changes or any improvements, registered some, number of young people doing great in society after you reaching out to them?
Well, I'm still new out there. I can't say that I already have a number of youths doing something out there, but at least I can say I have a number of youths who have been transformed, and they're still getting that courage to get out there and, also transform others, change others. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not just something that you wake up and do. You need to have the courage. Now that you're healed, you need to have that courage to push you as well. So we are waiting patiently. But there is a big number out there.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. And we really applaud you for that.
Thank you.
So maybe you will take us more into what your work. Yes, we need to understand more about your work. How is your day like, your new day like, when you're going to work? And yes.
So I'm like most Ugandans, we have these side hustles and all that, but I'm so much passionate about my calling. Yeah, that's reaching out to the youth. So when it's holidays, I don't really do that much, but I still instead receive, because some parents don't really, and I think I need to talk to the parents out there.
Yeah.
Please, if you notice some behaviors in your child and they can't talk to you, please let them go and see a coach. I remember being in a school where I was actually invited in a school where there was a girl who committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yes, because of issues that I actually noticed. If we handled, she wouldn't have made that permanent decision, irreversible decision. So I usually talk to the youths during holidays. They have my contacts. I give them time. So actually, that's what takes me to work. I go and I do it on pro bono. Yes, though I'm soon beginning to charge, but I do it on pro bono because honestly, lives matter to me more than the money. At the end of the year, if I see that I've at least transformed 20 to 100, I mean, that is
Something
it
very
is
great.
satisfying to me. Yes.
And you mentioned parents, when you realize certain weird behaviors amongst your children. So how do you think parents should bridge the gap between their children
You see,
so
I
that
think
they're open? I think sometimes we are really not so open, the kids are not so open to their parents, and then you find they're out there to the neighbors, you find information with the neighbors, and someone has not come to you directly to say, Mommy, this and this is happening. How do you think we should bridge this gap, and what do you think causes such?
so. What causes? I would say, you not having time with your children, you thinking that providing
Is
is
enough.
just enough, and yet actually you need your presence is worth more than what you give. I'm not saying you should stop providing, but your presence, making memories with them, is more. It helps them mentally than you providing for them. You find some parents, if you find your kid needs this, needs that, you buy them phones, very expensive phones. You don't know what they're watching in the phones, and they cannot share with you because they don't have time with you, or maybe because you're tough. You know,
Yeah.
they can't create that relationship with you. They just know you are a parent, and that's it.
That's it.
I can't share with you the issues that I'm battling with. Maybe I can't share with you about the friends that I have made. Maybe these friends are into drugs or something like that, you know. But because they want to be wanted, yes, they want to be loved, of which a parent can't give that. So if they find that from a friend, and if a friend is not, you know, guiding them well to the rightful morals, I mean, definitely, those are the cases that we have.
And now you talk about friends. Is it important for the parents to know my children's friends?
Yes,
Is it okay for them to come and visit?
exactly. You should know your children's friends. You should know their whereabouts. You should know how they behave. You should know the parents of your child's friends, you know, and their faith as well. It matters. You get, yes.
And then young people, we have young people at university. So this is really a tough one because you go to university, you're supposed to, make your own decisions when to go to the lecture, when not to go. So how do parents come in and really guide these people?
I mean, I think it all starts from how you groom
Yeah,
them,
yes.
so that when they are in the university, they'll still go up with that. But still, even if they have the peer pressure from,
Yeah.
as long as you're friends with your child, they'll still have the time to
Yes,
tell
to
you
tell
what
you.
is going
Yeah.
on. And then you don't have to show them that they're the worst in decision making. You'd rather, calm them down and tell them it's all right, but this is the direction you should, Yeah.
So you're doing this in schools. So schools just, reach out and then you go and offer service.
Yes, I do that.
Okay.
Yes.
How are you doing this?
No, I get invites. I get invites. Yeah, and I go and
Just talking.
talk to them, and
Okay.
then after talking to them, they reach out afterwards. And when they reach out, definitely I keep that in my records.
Yeah.
During holidays, they reach out, they come to me, but I also talk to their admin and tell them this is what is going on. You find that most schools don't have counselors, and this is actually needed. You need to have counselors in your school. Yes.
Yeah, because recently the Nabagerikati Sakate, you saw what happened. The children were told to write secret letters to these people, but then some of the letters were really overwhelming.
Yes.
Children were wishing their parents dead.
Yes.
So I think it's really important for our children, parent to child relationship.
It is very important. Though we have really decided that we think schools are going to groom our children for us. Maybe churches will groom our, but if you don't give your child time, the world will give your child time. But when it's too late, you cannot
Yeah,
change
you cannot
them.
change it.
Yes.
So do you consider also involving the parents? Are you also reaching out to the parents?
Yeah, I get opportunities, but this is usually done in churches. Yeah, churches get to invite me on certain. I talk to them on how they should, relate with their children for certain cases not to happen in their families. Yes, because you find a child keeps that rage, anger in them. I mean, when you have that childhood trauma, you get the wounds, yeah, that you did not create for yourself. If you're traumatized during your childhood, so those wounds cry out for healing.
Yeah.
So, in the only way to heal, to calm that, you either go into drugs, alcohol, or you
Or any other
just
day.
lots of stuff
Yeah.
that can, try to quench that urge. Yes.
Oh, that's a lot. And so, what are some of your lessons to the young people? Depending, considering the many struggles that the young people go through or have, what are some of the lessons you think other young people who have not yet developed these weird or certain behaviors? Yes, what can the young people take on to stay active and productive?
I think I would say if your parent is not giving you time, don't feel so bad about them because they're actually trying to make ends meet for you. Try to understand that. And if you're okay with it, try to reach out. In your school or wherever you are, I mean, coaches are all over. We have a coaching academy right now, and we have so many coaches being, graduated, and like a great number. Yeah. So reach out and talk to someone that would help you lessen the burden on the inside that your parent cannot handle. But also at the same time, try to find a way you can create the friendship. As you understand your parent, create the friendship with them. You get, however tough they could be, it could be that even them in the past, they were not healed.
Yeah.
And there was no one to heal them.
So they carried it on.
They carried it on. So let it end with you. You get, try to talk to them as you get the healing outside, things like that. Yeah, that's what I would advise the youth. Don't put it don't put the burden so much on the blame actually
On the parents.
on the parents. You yourself can do this. You can reach out for help in the areas that you're seeing that you're struggling from, or maybe reach out and find out this friend who wants to come into my life. They do this and that. How should I go about it? If you can't share it with your parent, then get a counselor. Talk to them.
Okay. And so what do you think is the role of community, the churches, in helping these young people also?
Okay. If a community is sensitized on what is going on, I think we need to own up on these kids. You don't only keep yours and think mine is safe.
Mine is.
Yes, mine is safe, but keep it in mind that this child will not live in that community forever. They'll go to another community. You get, and what they learn from there might,
But these days, how do you even begin talking to someone's child?
No, like we reach out to the community. We call for during the sensitization stuff, and we go and talk to them. So when they come and learn, I mean, you so go back there and talk to these kids. If the parent there's some parents who have actually spoiled their kids. You don't say anything about their child. You get?
Yeah.
If you notice that so and so's child is smoking weed, and you go and they're like, that's my child. There's some tough parents and you're like,
Yeah.
so I think that's when you can take on to the authorities because you're trying to save this child and also to save the community. Yes. You get to the authorities. If the parent can't listen, get to the authorities. We have the LOC chairpersons and before you go to the police. Yes.
Okay. So what are your future plans with the life coaching that you're doing? And also you will tell us more about your counseling. Yes. You told me you did
Counseling.
Counseling, yes, counseling psychology. You tell us more about also that. Yes.
So which one do you want me to handle first?
Any that you feel okay with too.
Ah, about my counseling psychology, well, definitely psychology is all about human behavior and the minds and all that. So we focus so much on your mental wellness, your emotional and physical. I mean, all that. Oh, it's all around. It's broad actually. So to me, right now, I'm so much into the mental, because so many are actually.
Yeah, I've seen many numbers of people who are mentally sick.
Yes.
Yes.
And sometimes we don't even know that we are mentally ill.
Yeah, true.
Until when it's worse.
True.
Yeah. So if I can detect the signs before, maybe I could rescue very many. Yes.
So how can I tell that I'm really, my mind is really going down, or things are really becoming worse as an individual? Because I might not know. Yes, things might start happening, but then I don't know what is happening to me.
There's
How
a
does
lot.
one tell that?
There's a
I
lot
think,
that you get to see happening in you that is unusual. You find yourself, you used to sleep that like you used to enjoy your sleep, but now you can hardly sleep.
oh,
You can hardly sleep. And even maybe the way you eat,
okay.
or maybe you've
Lost weight,
lost
appetite.
appetite, or sometimes people shoot up. There's something
Oh,
screaming out for
oh.
healing on the inside, but you cannot find exactly what it is.
So also
And
about food, I should be concerned when.
I mean, did you know food can actually lead us to depression? The foods that we eat. Yes, anxiety. I mean, there's just a lot that we need to
I mean, how does
understand.
the food that I eat lead me to depression?
Yeah, I mean, certain food have a certain level of chemicals, I would say, that would really affect your brain. Yes, I don't know if I should teach about that, but no. But foods do
Okay.
affect us, so we also need to watch
Watch out.
how
Yeah.
what to eat and all that. That's why we need nutritionists who have really
Oh, that
learned
is,
these things.
yeah. I've
Yes.
seen many come up, yeah, on
But if you
different
notice the
channels.
behavioral changes in you, then you really need to.
Something is
Yeah,
wrong.
something is not right. You forget for so much. Like you just, I mean, your brain is overwhelmed, and you need to pour out. Yes.
Wow. There's a lot to watch out for. And so you're doing this work, you're a mother, you're a psychologist, you're a life coach. What are some of the things that have kept you moving? And have you been able to handle the three roles? And maybe you're also a mentor. How do you handle these roles? What are some of your work ethics that you think you can share with our viewers? To also maybe one person out there will also pick out and say, let me try this. Maybe it can help me become someone better.
I mean, it begins from the passion. You have the love for the people, and then you reach out, go to places that where you think you can be of help. I started with organizations. I volunteered in organizations, learned how things are operated and how to handle people, because that's where my interest was. Yes, how to. I mean, I've talked to people with irreversible illnesses, and at the end of it, you really find a person leaving this earth, but with that joy, knowing that it's okay, even if I go,
Yeah.
at least I've been loved,
Yeah.
I've been taken care of. Yeah, so you just need to find out what you think, where you think you can give your services, and there you can begin. Yeah, and then you go and study about it. Yes, so that whatever you do, you need to have the knowledge about it. Yes, so that's what I do basically. And there's a few that I'm actually trying to groom.
Okay.
Yes, and I don't do this alone. I have other coaches that we go to events with, and yeah, we teach the kids about the career guidance and things like that if they're passionate about it. Yeah.
Okay, so right from there, what are your future plans? You said you're going to start charging us.
Yes, actually, that's yes. This year, I think
Okay.
I'll be doing that. It's been 2 years of pro bono services, which I really think it's quite some good time. Yes, I need to eat from what I but yeah, it doesn't mean that I'll be charging higher rates because I mean there's no amount of money that can help one fix their mentality and all that and get right, but just fueling someone or something like that. Yeah, my plans, I have a dream that I need, I'm planning of having a foundation or an organization whereby people can, the youths actually, can always come in and feel so free and pour out without being judged, you know?
Yeah.
That creating that kind of atmosphere is what I'm really planning. And hopefully, by God's will, 5 years from now,
Wow.
that's what I'm at, really.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes. And as you were talking, I thought of something. You know, we have many young people, most especially the ladies. So this is a women's show. We want to uplift the young woman. Yes. A young woman who is lost out there in confusion. Yes. And then most of the young women, we are really scared, to come up and maybe take on the leadership positions, be it in school, anywhere at family level. Yes. So some word of encouragement to these young girls. What should we do to overcome all these fears, and then also, the cultures, the beliefs that, girls are supposed to be this and this. What would you say to this young girl who is thriving in this environment?
I would say believe in yourself, believe that you can do it, look for someone who is in the place where you want to be, yeah, then get to them, find out how they made it there, and they will guide you to where you want to be. And also not being rebellious in a way that there are certain jobs whereby you find people saying, that's a man's kind of, a woman can't. But you feel like that's where you want to be. You get. So it doesn't mean that you should be so rebellious and say, hey, so what, there's at times we have that attitude of showing people that actually women are becoming more powerful than men.
Yeah.
And we're trying to take on the place of men, which is not right. Which is not right. So being humble and getting to learn from that place is what I would advise them. And now we have you can Google and learn about what you want to do, and then find a way on how you can get started. If what you want to do, you can't do it here in Uganda, find ways on how you can, live and go and, but never sit on your call, never sit on what you think, you're passionate about. Never sit on it. Do it, and you're going to inspire others. Yes.
And if I don't know what I'm passionate about, if I don't know my ability,
And you're not in school.
Yeah.
That's why you need because if you're in school, we always go to schools and do the career guidance. I mean, you'll get to see that at least, I think this is where I would fall. You get. But if you're at home and wow, and you're watching this, look for a life coach and they'll guide you. They'll guide you to,
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we really need this, and most especially during holidays. The holiday has been so long. This holiday has been so long. Yes, I think. Have you done any rounds, around in this big holiday?
I would say this year around, no, I haven't, because I was caught up in a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I should
we
include
really
that
need
on
you.
my.
Yeah, you should.
I need to include that on my list of activities.
We really need you
Yes.
in this, most especially during these long holidays. Kids have nothing to do. It's only, playing, and yeah. Okay.
But I think also parents have a role to play. If you're going to work, unless if at your workplace, your child is not allowed to come around, but it's best for them to learn what you're doing. Keep them busy. Things like that. Okay, maybe if you're in an office and find a place or maybe a relative who is doing something and tell them, could you keep my child busy in this area? Something like that. You don't just leave them at home, you know.
Yeah.
They get used to receiving than them learning how to make their own money. Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Juliet Mercy Kakembo.
Thank you.
Yes, and we are at the end of the conversation, but is there anything else you want to tell our viewers before we go off?
Yeah, to the youths out there, you have that greatness in you that you shouldn't sit on. I never sat, like I felt in the past that actually what good can come out of me until I joined this mentorship academy. And that's where what was on the inside of me was accelerated. And that's when I realized that now this is who I am.
Yeah.
You get? So you need to learn, believe in yourself. There's something good in you, even if you're in the state of, like, you feel like it's gone,
over,
like
yeah.
everything is gone, my life is totally in the, you know, you can lift, there's power in you, you can lift yourself from there and become something, and become someone, you know, someone great in the community, inspiring others. So do not feel so down and give up on life. Keep the hope alive. As long as you're hopeful, then you can become someone.
Wow.
But when hope is gone, then life is gone. Yes.
Yes.
And as to the parents watching, or maybe guardians or something like that, try to push these kids to become some. Don't give up. Even if you see them lost in drugs, lost in certain addictions, and you feel like you cannot help, find a way of helping them out there. Counselors are there, mentors are there. Reach out to save this child. And you're not only saving this child, but you're saving the generation ahead.
True.
Yes.
True. Wow, thank you so much, Juliet Mercy. And she mentioned of not giving up, believe in yourself. Recently we have a story of Suvi. I think you all know Suvi from Makere, who is going to graduate. Yes, that student who was photoed with a metallic suitcase
Did I see
in
that?
Makere.
Did I
Remember
see?
some time
I
back?
didn't get that.
He went to university with a metallic suitcase and these Osofia bags. Yes, but you know, someone took a picture and it went viral. So he started getting some, you know, some help from people, yet others were looking at it as a funny, you know, a funny thing. How do you go to university with a metallic suitcase? But guess what? He's one of the people that is graduating this year,
That's what we call
and with a
resilience.
first class, and he already has a job.
Imagine.
Yes.
That's what we call resilience. Don't look at the situation.
Yes.
Don't look at it. Just take a step, and the rest God will cover it up. I mean, don't sit. If you have that dream, let it push you, and then you'll just see things falling in space.
Yeah.
Yes. So he got the courage to carry that case, and you know, it was like, even if they laugh at me, this is what he was looking at, the future, not at the situation.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need to learn. Don't put your eyes on the situation,
Right
but
now,
look ahead of you.
Ahead of you, yeah.
Though this is happening, I know for sure this is not the end of my life. There's something good in me. There's something that I'm capable of. I think that's what he had in his mind.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So because he took a step, now see where he is. Better than those, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah.
He could be better than those who laughed at him. Yes.
True.
So resilience is one thing that I think we all need to have. If you're resilient if you feel like I can't, but keep pushing. You feel like today I don't think if I'll make it. No, keep pushing. You know, you don't give up.
I think if you're able to wake up today, you have what to eat, you should not give up.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Mercy. It has been an honor having you on the show. We really need people like you, most especially during these holiday times, because we have the children at home, we have the guardians at home. So it's really very important to keep talking to our children. Yes. No condition is permanent, I believe.
No, never. No condition is permanent until your last breath, maybe. Yes.
Yes. So we should not lose the hope, she has mentioned. believe in yourself as a young person. You can, there's a lot for you in future ahead of you. So consider what you're going to do tomorrow and not only consider what you have today. It has been an amazing show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yes, thank you for always watching, and keep it on Civic Space TV. See you next time. Bye.